Hey folks, Lee here once again. Welcome back to another video, guys. Yeah, I did get my haircut, by the way. As you can tell in my last video. Hope y'all enjoyed my last video, my thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong, the official trailer. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That's on my channel. And now, getting back to my Superman reviews, continuing my Superman marathon, with my next Superman movie that I'm going to review. And this time, I review a film that came out in 1983, and a lot of people will probably hate this movie, or are not big fans of it. But me, I've always felt this one was underrated, in my opinion. And I'm reviewing today Superman 3. Yes. To me, I've always enjoyed this movie. It probably is nostalgic talking, though, because, you know, I did grow up with this movie. My grandmother had this movie on VHS. And I love that poster, which will be probably for this thumbnail for the video, by the way, of, you know, Superman flying Richard Pryor, like him flying in the poster, and Richard Pryor, which I thought was funny. But I grew up with Superman 3. This is probably the first Superman film that I ever watched. Yes, I didn't see Superman the movie first. I think Superman 2 I probably saw after this, then Superman the movie a little later on. And Superman 4 I didn't see it until I got it, but we're not on that movie yet. But anyway, Superman 3, I always felt this one was underrated. I know people don't like it because it's directed by Richard Lester. It's more of a comedy, and people have problems with the movie, and they don't like the movie because of the comedy or the storyline. But I like the story of the movie, and I'll get into it when I review the movie. And again, this is the third installment in the Superman film series, and again, this star Christopher Reeve as Superman. But how the movie came to be is that series producer Al Sutcliffe originally wrote a treatment for this film that included Brainiac, Mr. Miss Polix, and Supergirl. Warner Brothers did not like it. They did want to put Supergirl in this movie, but of course she got her own movie after this, which came out in 1984. The Mr. Bliss portrayed in the Outlaw from his good-humored comic counterpart as he uses his abilities to cause serious harm. Dudley Moore as the top choice to play the role. Meanwhile, in the same treatment, Brainiac was from Cole Lewman had discovered Supergirl in the same way that Superman was filmed by the Kents. Brainiac is portrayed as a surrogate father to Supergirl and eventually fell in love with his daughter, who did not replicate his feelings as she had fallen in love with Superman. Okay, yeah, Supergirl falling in love with her cousin, and then Brainiac falling... No, that didn't sound very good. But with the movie, both Gene Hackman and Margaret Kidder are said to have been angry with the way the Salkinds treated Superman director Richard Donner, with Hackman retaliating by refusing to respond to the role of Lex Luthor, so he refused to come back. Margaret Kidder publicly criticized the Salkinds for the treatment of Donner, which the producers reportedly punished the actress by reducing her role in Superman 3 to a brief appearance. So she's just basically in the first half of the movie and the end of the movie. Yeah. Hackman later denied such claims, saying that he had been busy with other movies and general consensus that making Luthor a constant villain would be add kind to as horror movie sequels where a serial killer keeps coming back from the grave. Hackman will inspire his role, of course, for Luthor in Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, with which the Zolgans had not involvement in. I think that was canon, yeah. Because I think after this, the Zolgans did not own Superman no more. In his commentary for 2006 DVD release of Superman 3, Ivy Silkine denied any ill will between Margaret Kidder and his production team, which I don't believe him. Come on, they lie. They lie. You know, and I think Gene Hackman was pissed. Actors always lie, or producers. You can't tell me that they're basically just lying. They do that. Denying the clout with the part was for retaliation. Instead, he said the creative team decided to pursue a different direction for their love interest for Superman, believing the Lois and Clark relationship had been played in the first two films, but can be revisited in the future. With the choice to give a more permanent role to Lois Lane, which I'm glad they had a Lois Lane in here, which was Lois Lane was the character that she knew Clark Kent before he became Superman. She knew him in his youth when they were teenagers in Smallville High School. So you know, when Clark lived in Smallville, I mean. Salkind also denied the post about Jane Hammond being upset with him, stating that Hammond was able to return because of other film commitments. But I have a hard time believing that because, you know, Hackman and Margaret Kidder, they loved working with Donner, you know. Donner Richard Donner almost became like their friend on set, so, you know. Richard Pryor was on the Tonight Show telling Johnny Carson how much he enjoyed seeing Superman 2, and he was eager to cast him in a prominent role in the third film, so kinds of work. Writing Pryor's success for several streaks too crazy and the toy. Following the release of the film, Pryor signed a 5 contract with Columbia Pictures, worth $40 million or $5 million just to make the movie. From what I heard, Richard Pryor did not want to do the role for Superman 3. He didn't want to be in this film. He wanted to do more serious roles, take his career more seriously with the roles. But hey, he got $5 million or $40 million, whatever. He got a good paycheck, so yeah. But I like Pryor in this film. Filming. Most of the interior scenes were shot like the previous Superman films. Some of them were filmed at Paramount Studios, the 007 stage, where there was most of the James Bond films, all the James Bond movies were made there. The junkyard scene was filmed in Paramount Backlot. The coal mine scene for Superman Leaves Gus was filmed at a Battersea at Power Street, where Richard Lester supposedly shot scenes for Beatles for him help. Most interiors were filmed in Elaborate Duke Canada's test space for film company. Superman Striking Men was filmed at the St. Louis Hotel in downtown East Village Culture. You know, the thing about Richard Lester today, he's not a fan of Superman or the comics, but, and I guess people don't like him because of that, because they say he basically did for the money. Well, yeah, of course, you know. Because at the end of the day, it is about making money for not just the studio, but also for the cast and the crew. Yeah, this is all about the money, basically, you know, but to entertain you as well. And they do care, but it is about the money. But Richard Lester, you know, did it for the money, of course. But Richard Lester, behind the scenes, you know, he was very professional, and he got the job done. He worked quickly on this movie. He didn't goof off too much. He was very serious. He took it very, very seriously on doing this movie. And I think he handled it professionally. Even though he wasn't a fan of Superman, I could tell, even though they had commented with his writers that I know some maintenance that took the writing from them or something like that. But Lester was able to hire his writers to add more comedy in this film. But some maintenance, I mean, I like him that he had a great script for Superman the movie. Of course, Superman the movie has a great script. But for Superman 2, the Donner Cut, I just didn't like the things that in the commentary I was listening to for the Donner Cut. What Tom Maintenance was saying, I didn't agree with at all. So, well, the supercomputer set was created on Paramount's 07 stage. Attorneys were shot at Lincoln in Utah. Effects and animation. The film includes the same special effects scene from the previous two films, from the video game computer animation and missile defense scene, which was pretty cool. I think Superman 3 had a video game, but I don't think it's really a big deal of a game. Probably, yeah. The music score was once again done by Ken Thor, who did the music score for Superman 3. Yeah. And the movie has 10 tracks, including main title, Saving the Factory, Gus Finds a Way, The Two-Faces of Superman, The Two-Faces of Superman, The Struggle Within, Rock On, No See No Cry, They Won't Give Me Love theme, and main title March, you know. At least Ken Thor does still have the Superman thing. He does add some new themes in the movie. I know Roger Ebert didn't like it, or I know Gene Siskel called from Born, Roger Ebert complained about Gus Gorman and him being too much of an ass guy. Well, I definitely disagree with Ebert on that and Siskel on this movie, but that's just me. Leonard Norton said that Superman 3, a appealing sequel that trusts everything that's Superman about for the sake of cheap laughs and co-starring over Richard Pryor. I'm like, I definitely disagree with that. The film was nominated for 2 Razzie Awards, which, screw the Razzies. Audience is also Robert Vaughn's villainous Ross Wester, who's a new villain in this movie, as a villain for Lex Luthor. Yes, and you know, when this movie started off, I used to think of this character right here as the wannabe Lex Luthor, but you know what? He is still better than the Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman. I'm talking about, yeah, he's definitely better than, in my opinion, than Jesse Eisenberg. You know, at least Robert Vaughn is giving a good performance here, and he's not off the walls like he's on drugs and not annoying, and not saying stupid lines like the Red Capes are coming, the Red Capes are coming. So I'll definitely take him, you know, over Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Fans of the Superman series placed a great deal of the blame on director Richard Lester. I'm like, I don't want to see why. I think Lester did a good job directing. I mean, yeah. Because again, I think he's very professional, and he handles Superman pretty well. So, I definitely disagree 100% with the critics on this one. Yeah, I disagree with them a lot. But the cast with the film, Christopher Reeve once again plays Clark Kent Superman. From what I heard, that that not Clark, Christopher Reeve going to do this third movie. That he didn't like the movie after it came out, but he did his job though. He got to do kind of we have a Clark Kent Superman battle in this movie, so he kind of got to play double roles there, which is pretty cool. And Richard Pryor plays Gus Gorman, Jackie Cooper again returns to Perry Wright, Martin Gore as Jimmy Olsen, Antonio Tu as Lon Lang, she plays Lon Lang. Antonio Tu also was in Smallville, the TV show Smallville from 2001 to 2011, where she played Superman's biological mother, Martha Kent. So, yeah, Annie Ross as Vera Webster, Pamela Stevenson as Laura Ross, which I heard that in real life she's a psychologist. Robert Vaughn as Roz Webster, Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane. Additionally, Gavin O'Hurley portrays Brad Wilson, Lana's ex-boyfriend and Clark's high school rival. Film director and puppeteer Frank Oz, Frank Oz, who puppeteered, like with Jim Henson, and he created Yoda for Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Frank Oz really had a cameo in the film as a surgeon, but the scene was ultimately deleted. That was later included in the TV extended version of the film. I've never seen the TV extended version of Superman 3. I would like to, probably. But it might not add very much to the movie. Who had a role in... Shannon Weaver had a role in Superman 2 as the gas controller. Remember when he said... I thought he said girl. And I remember seeing that guy in the spot Who Loved Me, a James Bond film. Was also has a small part as a state police officer. Pamela Mendo, who played a diner waitress in the same film, appears here as a helpless wife of the Daily Planet. And there's a little boy in this movie that... I'm not talking about the Ricky character kid, well, Lana's son, but in this movie, the kid that Superman gives these pictures to of him in a picture booth, that's actually the little boy when he changes into Superman at the beginning of the film. That's actually the little boy that played young Kal-El, coming from baby Kal-El from the ship. So that was cool. Yeah. And it's directed by Richard Lester, produced by Perry Spengler, and screenplayed by David Newman and Leslie Newman. It's based on Superman, created by Jerry Siegel and Drew Schuster. The music is by Ken Thorne. Cinematography is by Robert Patner. It's edited by John Victor Smith. It's distributed by Warner Brothers in the United States. It was released June 17th, 1983 in the United States, June 12th, 1983 in Washington, D.C. premiere. July 19th, 1983, it was released in the UK. It's 125 minutes long. The budget to make the movie was $9 million, and at the box office it made $100 million worldwide. It was not successful. It was not successful as the first two Superman films, but this movie, Superman 3, still made money. So, it still was a box office hit, Yeah. Okay. Let me get to the plot synopsis. If y'all hear any wind up there, I'm sorry. It's just been very windy today, I swear. It's like, I saw my neighbor's trash fly down or something, where the trash can fell, and the wind is just getting very, very windy. But anyway, the plot synopsis of Superman 3 is that computer programmer Gus Gorman is hired by a financial tycoon, Ross Webster, to seize control of the weather satellite and analyze Columbia's coffee crop. When Superman manages to stop the plan, Webster commands Gorman to use satellite to locate kryptonite. The man shows more weakness, but a missing unknown element in the kryptonite, replaced by Gorman with a tar, causes an unintended side effect when presented to Superman, which turns him evil. Yeah. I know some parents complained about that in the movie, but I'm glad they did that. It's something different, I was glad they made Superman evil. I'm not saying that meanly, but hey, it's different. I didn't want to see him weakened by kryptonite like he was in the first movie. At least in here, it's different. In this film, it's different. And this film did different things, like adding Lon Lang, adding a new love interest. We kind of get to see Clark Kent be not very clumsy in this movie at times. He's just kind of... It was cool to see that a woman like Lon Lang actually... A woman who likes Clark Kent and not Superman. So, yeah. That was new. And some of the comedy, that was new. But we'll get to talking about the film itself. something popped up, YouTube notification. This tells me when somebody uploads a video, one of my subscribers. But anyway, the movie opens up with Gus Gorman, I guess trying to get a job eventually, but Gus Gorman is a bit of a bumbling idiot. You know, he's not the smartest guy in the bunch, and I know Roger Ebert said that he's just too nice, but he is a nice guy. He's just a nice guy that's, like I said, an idiot, basically. A bumbling idiot, you know. He's trying to get a job, and he's trying to get to this department to help him get a job, but the lady says, "You're not eligible." He's like, "Don't call me a bum, don't call me a bum." And he's like, "Well, you know, they want you to do this and that," and Richard Pryor he's hilarious in this movie. And he finds out that he can work for this company, and then we get the opening theme of the movie, the opening credits of more villains here at Laurel Isle. Beautiful blonde woman that is walking around Metropolis, and men are looking at her, and one of them falls back and gets hurt. There's all this chaos going on. Blind man loses his blind seeing dog. Yeah, and a penguin gets caught on fire, a toy penguin, and Clark Kent, as he's walking to work, he sees it, picks it up, nobody's looking. He uses super wreck to blow it out. And a man accidentally gets into a wrecks on a water hydrant. His car gets stuck. Water starts going through really on his car, and he's trapped in his car, and he's drowning. And Clark Kent sees this, goes to change to Superman. In the picture booth, this little boy, you know, he's like, "Whoa," he takes the picture, and he gives him the picture of Superman. He's like, "Oh, thanks." And Superman flies over there, and Superman breaks the top of the car and saves the guy and shakes his hand. It was like, "Yeah," you know, Jimmy Olsen's like, "Way to go, Superman." Then we get to the Daily Planet, where, like I said, Lois Lane is not married very much in this movie, Mark Kidder. She talks that she's going to Bermuda, and Clark talks to Mr. White that he wants to go to his Smallville High School reunion. Shows him his shirt even, you know. Again, he still acts like he is still pretty much the clumsy guy in the movie as Clark Kent. You know, Jimmy Olsen, you know, Mr. White's like, "Jimmy, why haven't you doing that? You need to get your camera. A photographer sleeps with his camera. A photographer eats with his camera." You know, "Yes, Chief." And they were this lady that at the potato they want to do this competition, and it's just some funny stuff going on. Where she's like, "Mr. White, you need to come here." He's like, "Okay, I'll add this," and then Clark says goodbye. Nobody says goodbye to him because one lady's like he just doesn't like Clark, and you know, Mr. White doesn't say bye. He just kind of just nod him, just say bye. And Lois goes to Bermuda, goes on vacation, and Jimmy and Clark head to Smallville. Meanwhile, Gus Gorman gets a job as a computer technician, I guess, or computer analyst, whatever the hell you want to call it, at Webster's company. And he's complaining about his check, and he finds a way to forge his check a little bit, and doing that, he gives himself more money. And of course, this gets the attention of Ross Webster, our main villain of the film. Yep. And his sister Vera. They do talk about the pictures of them. Vera was like, she's just a very mean, ugly lady, to be honest. Scary woman. But Ross Webster is also the owner of his company. He's a very wealthy businessman. He's very successful. He's one of the wealthiest men in the world. But as Robert Vaughn put on with his character, Ross is just tired of that. He's tired of being that. He doesn't want to be one of the wealthiest men in the world. He wants to be the wealthiest man in the world. You know, and he'll do whatever it takes to get that. So he wants to own places, like he wants to take over copyright. Yeah, the plot of what he wants to do, I didn't find that interesting, but he wants to do it, and pretty much can really, you know, take coffee crap, take money from places, or whatever he wants to do, which, you know, and to take, you know, just to make money. He's like, all I need is an idiot, and of course Gus pulls up, and he's like, yep. And there's this, on the way to the Smallville reunion, him and Jimmy Olsen are on the bus, and Jimmy's talking about his aunt and all that stuff, and he's like, yeah, you told me that, and it's funny. And they go to this chemical plant that is on fire with unstable acid, and Superman can't directly stop this fire because it's just spreading like a wildfire, basically. Jimmy's like, Clark, I'm gonna go, Mr. Kent, I'm gonna go take some pictures. Like, Jimmy's not dangerous. He's like, just wish me to, like, distract them, okay? Like, and Clark's like, and then he decided, you know, Clark goes into a cop car and changes into Superman. And I like it though, there was a cop sitting there, like, cops like this in the car. And of course he goes close. He's like, "How can I help? Give this man a helmet." "No, forget the helmet." He's like, "What can I do, Chief? This fire started blazing. We need your help to stop it, Superman." And there are these people trapped on there. So yeah, he grabs like this barrel up the top of the building, and he tells these people to come on because he can't fly them down at one at a time. It would just take too long. So he decides to get that barrel, and they slide down it's like a slide, like if it's a slide at Disneyland or something, or at a water park. But anyway, they don't get wet or anything. And of course, Superman also, Jimmy is up there taking pictures, but he falls and breaks his leg. Superman saves him and puts him on the gurney and is like, "He'll be fine, gentlemen. He's got a broken leg. Because he's able to use his X-ray vision." And it's like, how gonna, and Superman tries to get to this chemical doctor. And he doesn't know, he can't go over. I have to watch these guys. If these explode, they'll go through steel or anything. It's really dangerous. It can blow up half of the country if it needed to or something like that. It's just, these chemicals are really dangerous. They go. So Superman cannot use his freeze breath or super breath to stop this. So, and then the firemen run out of water, and Superman's like, they tell him about this lake. Superman's like, "Where's this lake at?" "Down that way." Superman falls down to the lake, gets to the lake, and uses his freeze breath. Yeah, this scene right here where he uses his freeze breath and is able to freeze the water, and Superman picks up the freezing water, throws it there, and drops it, and of course saves everybody and saves the day. And then the chemicals don't go off. Everything's good. Everything's great. So he pretty much saves the day. And then we get to the reunion where Clark ends up seeing Lana Lang. It's like, and she's like, "Clark," and he's like, "Lana, how you doing?" They speak a bit, and I like there are moments between them where Lana will kind of go off and say something else. "Oh, it's not enough food," or something like that. But the chemistry between these two are really good. I like it when they go dance. Brad, who is this guy that was a high school bully, he's a jerk, he's a jock, basically, football player. And I guess you can say Lana's ex-boyfriend, but Lana's dumped him. He's a security guard. Brad is just nothing but still a jerk, And he makes fun of calling Flores. I'm like, I hate it when people call me Flores too. But I'm starting going dance. I do like it though when they start dancing and shaking. I thought that was funny. They had a little nice dance. It's a little nice moment. Clark also helps her, take stuff down for the party that she set up, and they have a bit of talk. And so, "Did you ever get married?" He's like, "Excuse me." Sorry, y'all. Chloe's like, she says, "Do you ever get married?" He's like, "No." She's like, "Well, I'm tired of living in Smallville. There's nothing that she wants to try to live in Metropolis." And he's like, "Well, I can help you with that, And she tells him that she also has a son named Ricky, because she also divorced her husband named Donald. Yeah. Eventually, Gus is found out by Ross where he's been embezzling money. So Ross is able to bring him over there. He's like, "Please don't call the cops on me. Please don't tell me Joe. They got murder, rapists, and all that stuff. You get raped in jail and all that stuff." He's like, "No, Ross, you're a naughty little guy, aren't you? You're just naughty." He's like, "No, my friend, I need your help. I want to own the coffee crane business. No, not coffee, just the coffee crane business, the coffee crops. I want it all. I want it all. I want to be wealthy." He's like, "And Gus, you can help me do that." He tells them, if Vera comes down, and they tell him about the satellite in the sky called Vulcan, that can create storms and stuff, it can create weathers, storms, and they're offering him money. So of course, like I said, Gus Gorman, not the smartest guy in the bunch, and plus, hey, sometimes when a rich man offers you, when you meet a very wealthy man that offers you money, you might do something stupid. So, and you say Gus does, and they said that they don't want Gus to be charged, so they send Gus to Smallville to take care of this problem. There's also I forgot to mention, where Clark, when he spends a few days in Smallville with Ricky and Lana, I like the scene though where, I'm sorry, I go over my reviews, I do that sometimes, but they go bowling, and Brad tries to give Ricky a bowling lesson, and of course, like, well, not Ricky, Brad, he doesn't need a bowling lesson from his friends, okay, just, gives him the bowling ball. Ricky, he just tells him, in the bowling, do that with bowling. Because bowling, you're supposed to put your hands at the balls, not in the balls. Bowling, you have to put your hands in the holes, and well, I know how to bowl. I'm a pretty good bowler myself, but anyway. Superman, he starts to sneeze, he's like, achoo! And the bowling goes in there, which is pretty cool. And they also have Clark and Lon have a picnic, and they have this little love theme between them. He's just like, Clark, I just need to tell you something. He's like, what, Lana? And I like that. Clark was also eating dog food. He grabbed Buster's dog food, and he starts saying, he's like, oh, Clark, that's the Buster's dog food. He's like, good. And he's like, I'm just kidding. Like I said, they have that little shit. He's like, Clark, I want to tell you something. He's like, what is it, Lana? My oil is leaking. What? My oil in the car is leaking. And she doesn't go over there to help her, but then he can hear Ricky goes to place out in the cornfield, and there's these, I guess tractors or whatever, these machines they ride to cut the grass. And these machines are coming. Ricky is passed out, and his head's bleeding. And Superman, Clark, well, being Superman, can hear it with the super hearing. So, well, I'm going to go try to find Ricky. Then he changes into Superman. And the machine comes, but Superman flies there just in time and stops it. And, flies Ricky, and Ricky's like, Superman? Yep, it's me. Hello. Hi. And he meets Lana Lang. He's like, hey, you doing, Lana? Lang, I'm Superman, because she doesn't know Clark is Superman. He's like, well, do you want to meet Clark Kent? He's like, oh, I gotta go now, bye. I think in that scene, Tony Toole said that she was like, wow, in that scene, because she's actually meeting Christopher Reeve, Superman himself, as Superman for the first time, and she said that I think that was a great moment for her. She was just like, wow, that's Superman. And, Clark, of course, going back to Transform, going back to Clark being Clark Kent, he gets the dog, Buster. And he's like, oh, I see Superman all the time, can you give me Superman's autograph? Ricky says, like, if I had a nigger every time some kid asked me that. And then we get to the scene where before they went on the picnic, Gus comes to Smallville, where he cannot be connected with the Websters, Vera and Ross. Yeah, I forget. Gotta mention Laura, like, she's the beautiful blonde woman that pretends to be dumb, but she's really smart. She just pretends to be dumb. But she's actually quite intelligent. But anyway, I like it though. It was funny when he hits him with a car door by accident. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Clark Kent. Buster was like, hits Gus in the nose. He's like, Gus. But Gus goes to the Webster place or whatever to start the computer to get the Vulcan to start the weapons, and then he sees Brad there, and Brad's like, you can't come in, because Brad's scared to go out there, and he's like, well, it's a big trouble with the boss can come in and do something new. He changes his voice, and then he lets out all this beer, and then I like the look on Brad's face. Brad goes like, and Gus is like, opens the door, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm following you, and they're drinking. He's like, man, I don't get drunk, I don't pass out. I never pass out. And then he passes out, and then he starts to go work on the machine. He's got to put these two tags in the machine at the same time, so he has to pick up Gus, and do it. But I like it though when he walks over to, Gus is a little drunk. He sees the mirror of him, so he's like, he's like, okay, let's get down to business. So he starts messing with the Vulcan, and with that, he's able to mess with stuff like, mess with machines, forge checks, which he forged this guy's check. And it's a little cheesy scene here again. This movie has its little corny moments. I'll just say corny, where this woman is like, oh! And this guy looks at his check that was wrong check, so he just, throws a orange in her face, which was like, oh. Which I thought was funny. Yeah. Oh, and some guy, in the ATM, the money starts coming in, the ATM starts giving him more money, he's like, he starts putting it in his pocket, in his pants, which is funny. And then he creates all this bad storm, which hope you guys can see me, this bad storm, which destroys half of Columbia, because he wants to take the coffee crop they hear about it on the news, and Robert Buster's like happy, like his plan succeeded. Now it's time to oil. You know that we got my coffee raised now. That we're good. We got the coffee now, and you know, Gus says like, "I'm sorry, boss. I didn't know he did it." It's like, "What are you talking about? You were a success." It's like, "No, Superman showed up." He's like, "Superman? He was a great man." He's like, "I'm sure he was." Ross says, and he starts, you know, gets a pink blanket and starts talking about it, and we see Superman using his heat vision to stop the weather and slow it down or whatever. And pick up the tornado, drop it upside down. He's like, "Superman, got my horse, Superman!" And he hits it so hard he falls back. He's like, "Superman, that do-gooder just gets in my way. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get him out of my way. When you get Superman out of my way," he's like, you know, Rose like, "Well, you can't shoot him, you know, by him with bullets." Until Lorelei says, "Kryptonite." You know, Krypton, you know, yeah, hit him. He's like, they're like, "Well, where's Krypton?" Gus is like, "Well, Krypton's somewhere, blew up millions of years ago." You know, it's like, Krypton blew up. All that kryptonite is all over space. So all we gotta do is get that kryptonite and we can kill and get rid of Superman out of the way. So he has Gus use the Vulcan the satellite Vulcan to locate kryptonite, but it's unknown. It's basically Tor. And when he gets the kryptonite, even when he's scared of it at first, he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Well, I'm from this planet. I shouldn't be scared." And he's like, but it's like a rock chunk of the kryptonite that Gus takes. Also, forgot to mention, you know, where these people that go on vacation, they win the award from the Daily Planet. They get to go on vacation, and the vacation goes back, and they come yell at Mr. White. And Clark is on the phone with Lana, and she tells them that, you know, he wants to meet. Becky said that Superman was going to be over his birthday party, and he's like, "I'm sure Superman will be there." So he decides Superman just go there for the kid, and on the day he goes there, the whole town hears that Superman's coming for Ricky's birthday, so they give Superman the key to the city. They have a big celebration for him, thanking him for all the good he's done over the years for them, and how much they love and appreciate Superman. You know, and all of a sudden Gus Gorman and Vera show up in disguise as like the military, and Gus comes as pretends to be a colonel, like, "This Superman, this one great nation, is over here. When you watch TV, what do? You sit on your butts." There's like, "And this great man here, Superman, as a gift of our appreciation, Superman, the Pentagon and us will like to give you this rock, this gift, and it's kryptonite." And of course, it didn't affect Superman. Superman's like, it's like kind of a rare gift, like I really want this. But Superman is not like that. He's like, "Thank you, it's very nice." And he's like, Gus is looking at it because he's like, it's not affecting Superman. There's even looking, it's not killing Superman. It's not hurting him. It's not killing him. And he's like, Superman's like, "Thank you, it's very nice." You know. But afterwards, Superman goes to Lana's house just to hang out a bit with them and just to eat some lunch. And of course, but Superman, you know, the kryptonite that he's just touched does affect him. I would say this is almost like where he becomes basically turning point where he becomes evil. Now, this is for me. This is basically kind of like red kryptonite. This is just where I see it, because red kryptonite can turn Superman evil a little bit, mixed in with black kryptonite, and it's affecting him really bad. When he's saying, "Hello, thank you for lunch," and she goes calling the phone. Superman's like, you know, you hear this music going on, Superman just sit down, you know, it starts to affect him. And she's like, "Oh, Superman, there's a truck driver, you know, that's in danger, and his truck is over the race, and they need your help to go save him." He's like, "I was getting on time, I can wait, come on, Lana, let's sit down." And she's like, "Okay." So she goes sit down, and he's like, "You know, you're just a very pretty girl, Lana." And Lana's like, and Superman's just staring at her in a perverted way. He's like, "Don't you have to go save these people?" Like, then he's back home, was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go save them." He gets on time, they get the guy out, but and as it's going to happen, they said, "Superman, only if you arrived on time, you know, because somebody just got hurt because you didn't." And his suit his suit changes from being light blue suit to being a dark blue suit, and his even hair, face comes a little darker, becomes more evil. I know parents complain about it, but you know what? I'm glad they had Gus to make Superman evil in this film. Hey, they have balls to do it. And parents, they complain anything about comic book movies. I've heard complaints about comic book movies before, so this is the first complaint that a superhero film has got from parents, you know. I'm like, come on, parents, he doesn't, like, brutally kill anybody, for God's sake. It's not like they go that dark with it. You know, all he does is just act evil and be basically an asshole. Yeah, just turns into an asshole. And he just does things, and Superman starts doing some bad things, like, knocking a building over to the side, you know, buildings to the side, this artist is creating it, so Superman messes with it. You know, that evil Superman messes with it and knocks with it, and he's like, he fuss with it, it's like, yeah, you know. You know, that was funny, I thought. And he also, you know, it took 7 days to light the torches like Special Olympics or something. They're going to light the torch to Superman. But this was actually really on, but he's like, that I'm doing, but Superman yawns and blows the fire out. And it's like, you know, kind of just an asshole thing from him. Like, he's basically an asshole in this movie. And the evil Superman is. And he just doesn't care, doesn't want to save anybody. Because he does some other nasty things, and then when Ross finds this out, he's like, oh, good. Well, when Chris gave him that kryptonite, it just made Superman evil. You know, it just turned him basically evil. Now that Superman's at the good end of business, we can continue with the oil, with owning the oil now, and becoming richer. Superman, yeah. Ross talks about, you know, how do the oil ships come and how does this plan work with the computer, and Gus, I guess you could say, feeling used, is like, you get your way all the time, and it's not fair. It's like, well, do you want to go to jail? You know, Gus is like, you want jail? He's like, you can't go to the prison thing on me now, because I think you need me more here than you do in the prison cell. And it's like, Russ is like, what do you want? It's like, a supercomputer. He's like, okay, Gus, you work on my oil, and I'll get that computer. But one of the oil rigs tankers decides not to go. But basically they had the patrol start headed the wrong way. So Russ has Lorelei seduce Superman. She's like on top of the Statue of Liberty, which they filmed in New York, but not really Statue of Liberty. I'm like, again, Metropolis should not have the Statue of Liberty because it is not New York. You know, why not on top of the Daily Planet or something? But they, in these movies, one thing, they don't have a Daily Planet, you know, the big ball sign on the Daily Planet. They should just have that. But she's on top of there, and Superman's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, you don't try me to save you no more. And Superman says to fly with her, pick her up, and she seduces Superman in order to, you know, they'll hook up later. Just do me this favor. So Superman destroys the solar tanker, pulls the oil out, and later on, goes to Lorelai's house. She's dressed up in this white dress. Our family driver. Superman walks over her, grabs her, and the two, do this. And I think there's also the deleted scene where Vera is like next door in the bed, and she can overhear them making love. And, you know, Vera doesn't like Lorelai. Lorelai gets on her nerves. She just pretty much hates her. You know. I do like to mention, though, when sorry, go off track here, when Richard Pratt, when Gus is talking about, you know, man, this goes like this, and then Vera's like, she always has that evil look on her face. Then Superman pretty much goes on a drinking binge. He goes to this bar, he's just having drinks and getting drunk, and then he, picks up these peanuts. He drops the peanuts on the floor on the table, and he starts but nobody will willing to stop him because he's Superman, so no one's going to really touch him or grab him because Superman could hurt somebody really bad if he wanted to. And, then he uses heat vision to destroy the mirror, and these people are like, Rick Wanda decides to come to Metropolis, try her luck there because she's not having a look in Smallville no more. Then the cast goes like, Superman, Rick is like, Superman, I like that Superman. And Superman's like, the people's like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Get away, huh? And Superman flies off, he's like, it's me, Ricky, Superman. He can't hear you, Ricky. He can hear me, he's not Superman. You're just in a slump. You're going to be okay. And evil Superman's flying away, and he can hear this. And he just, starts flying, starts not feeling well. you know, it ends up in this junkyard, and it's like, and it's like, evil Superman stands up, and then it's like, this is more for me like Black Kryptonite comes into effect, because then it's like, you know, it's like good Clark Kent just walks out of here. It's like the body just, you know, the good side of Clark Kent, Superman, the good one comes out, and Clark Kent is just average Clark Kent, stares at him, and he looks at Superman, looks at him. It's like this evil Superman is basically, you know, staring at somebody who he hates. He hates being this clumsy guy. He sees him like kind of as this demon, or not a demon, no, not that, but kind of this annoying pain in the butt that he has to deal with, and now he wants to destroy. This evil Superman wants to kill, you know. So he punches Clark Kent in the face, you know, gives him another punch, and he's like, and then he flies over and knocks him down with a fist, and he's like, oh, Kent. And he's like, I can get as good as I get, and evil Superman was like this, oh yeah, really? Come on! You know. And then, you know, Clark knocks him down to the acid, but evil Superman comes out, blows acid on him, and Clark takes his jacket off, and he starts attacking him with a car part, just starts hitting him with it. He's like, I put up with you for years, Kent! You just get on my nerves, you know, starts hitting him. Then he's like, I'm feeling sick again. And he's like, you always wanted to fly, Kent, now's your chance, and knocks him down, gets him to the machine, you know, uses the machine to nearly crush him, but Clark walks out, and Clark grabs Clark Kent grabs these tires, like these, I think 5 tires on him, and Superman just, you know, even Superman just breaks the tires, uses heat vision to get this crane on him, but Clark is fine. He gets up out of it. Superman kicks him in the face, picks him up, takes his glasses off, and destroys them. And shows Clark Kent's like the evil Superman is just giving Clark Kent. He's just happy to do it. And then the machine he put in him to kill him, Clark busts out of there, and then he attacks evil Superman, knocks him down, and he chokes evil Superman. Superman's like, evil Superman's like, and he disappears, and then you get this scene right here where he finally becomes good Superman again. Yeah, where he takes the, you know, when you hear the Superman music, then he takes the gyro, starts flying, puts the oil back. He just uses his super breath to roll back in the boat and keeps it there, and then ties it back in, and to keep it in there for good, Superman uses heat vision to tie it back in there, and then he flies around a bit more until he finally goes to Webster's place, which they have like this penthouse that it's like it looks like Alaska basically, because it's snow everywhere. Superman goes there to fly there and is trying to find them, and then Vera leaves a message like, if you want to, you know, we're at the Grand Canyon, come and get us. I heard that the scene where they go get the supercomputer in the canyon or whatever, I heard that Broken Arrow was filmed there. Yeah, movie starring John Travolta and Christian Slater was filmed there, I believe, I heard. When Gus in the movie, you know, there's these people fighting, and they're like, who's doing this? You know, the evil guys. Gus starts to feel guilty about it. But he does go to the supercomputer. They fly down there. Gus rides a donkey, which later on he throws a rock at the donkey. He's like, get you, jackass, which I thought was funny. And they use the supercomputer because Superman is on his way. Superman's flying to go get them. They stop them basically, once and for all. And they use like rockets. So it's like that little video game you see where they're shooting rockets at him. Superman's flying, getting away from it. And Superman also kicks a rocket and is able to destroy them, which is a cool scene. Some good shots in there. I don't think it's horrible. Is it better shots like Superman in the movie Superman 2? No, but I do think it has some better shots of Superman flying than Superman 2, the original version, or the Richard Donner cut. I think it has better editing in that. But, you know, Superman's flying. Vera pulls up this big, presses the button for this big, huge missile to come, and it knocks down Superman. She goes like, oh, he's in the rock, you know. They say, now we'll get him. He's coming back, and the Superman shows up. All right, Ralph Webster, it's over. And, you know, they're like, hi, honey. And Superman was like, I don't know you, lady. No, that wasn't me. That guy's gone now. I'm sorry. Superman comes to get them. They use his computer. I would say this computer is almost as bad, or is even worse than Brainiac. because this computer knows Superman's weaknesses. It uses this bubble, which I heard behind the scenes of this movie that Richard Lester was like in a bubble himself. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. The director trying to stunt, okay. But Superman goes and the machine puts him in this bubble, and Superman can't breathe. So he uses heat vision to get out, and then he tries to come attack. And then, pretty much, like I said, the machine analyzes Superman, and it finds that his weakness, of course, is kryptonite. So he uses the real green kryptonite on him, and Superman's like, dying. He's like, and Ross Wester's like, congratulations, Gus, buddy. You're going down as the man that killed Superman. He's like, no, I don't want any part of this. So he has a change of heart, so he says he'll help Superman. He turns the machine off, and then, Russ goes in there and he's like, give me that nail, that button. And then, he swallows the nail, but he knocks out Webster, which is cool. He knocks out Ross. And then the kryptonite is still going, it's still weakening Superman, killing him. They nearly succeed in killing Superman here. But he grabs the axe. I'm talking about Gus grabs his axe and he's like, "Super machine!" and destroys it. But the machine turns on him and attacks him and knocks Gus out. And Superman goes away. He doesn't really finish, but Superman finds out. Remember the scene with the chemicals in the movie? Superman realizes he's got to get a chemical acid. He has to realize he can't use his fist or punch or just walk to this machine. He needs to find a way to defeat this machine that can basically kill him. So he goes away. Laura's like, Superman, don't leave us. The machine goes crazy. The girls run out, And this scared me as a kid where Vera, can't probably see it right here, where the machine right here grabs Vera. They're running, and this scared me as a kid. When Vera runs and the machine like goes, she's like, just like this, and then when she's doing then it turns into this machine, so she uses her head on Lorelei. It's like a beam. She has a beam out of her finger that attacks Lorelei, and is always killing her brother, his beam. Superman flies to the chemicals, gets back in time, and stops the Vera robot, basically. I wish they would have had a fight or something, but we didn't get that. But Superman uses his hand and is able to get the beam and snap it back and get her. And the computer's telling Superman he's got something. He's got the asset, but he's hiding behind his back. And then the machine turns on Superman and starts attacking him. Starts electrocuting him. And then, of course, he opens the bottle. He drops it, but he's able to open it, put it on the ground. Yes, the computer, and it starts destroying the computer. Even though the computer's got Superman's about to, it's grabbing Superman's about to kill him. But the machine dies because the asset comes in and it destroys the computer. And then it disposes of the machine and the whole place blows up. The Websters are not dead. No, they're just passed out. Vera goes back to being herself, and Ross and Laura, they're just passed out. Superman sees that Gus is strangling. He's like, thank you, brother, because he did save Superman's life. So Superman does not set up him jokes. Just to find out, he's like, well, Gus, you don't have to worry about them no more. He's like, well, how did you defeat the machine? See, the machine had to be defeated by acid, so it didn't know what was coming, so it died of indigestion. Superman makes a joke there, which I thought was funny. And then they fly to a junkyard, so Superman makes this diamond for Lana. The West Virginia coal mine. That's the last time you see where Gus right there says goodbye to Superman. He's like, thanks, Superman. He's like, you want that job? You friends with Superman? Yeah. We're friends. And he just his jacket on. Was like, yeah, we know. And we're the bus station that way. He doesn't take that computer job. Then he goes back to Escort to visit Lana to say hi and give her the ring. He's like, Superman can't make it, but you have lunch with me. And of course she's like, yeah, sure. Of course, I'll have lunch with you. And it's like a ring. It's like, it looks beautiful on you. Looks great on you. And Brad shows up pretty much. He's like, really? Wow. He's like, Kent, I hate you. I've always hated you, Kent. This problem is you nice guy. Nice guy's fence. So he tries to punch him. And of course he's not going to hurt him, because he could if he wanted to. They said, he falls on a room service car because he jumps, he tries to tackle a clerk, breaks him in the bed. He's like, falls on a room service car, goes in the elevator. He's like, that's enough of that. Lon is able to get a job at the Daily Planet, being Mr. Perry White's secretary. And she meets Lois Lane, and Lois like, Clark gave you that? Like, she's somewhat maybe a little jealous there, but Superman. Then after that, when they do this other prize machine, which goes haywire, which is funny. And then the movie ends with Superman, going to the Tower of Peace, and then putting it back to the way it was before. And he's like, this guy buying this guy's like, he's trying to this Paris or English guy, whatever. He's like, he takes the sweep and he just hits it, which is funny because he's pissed that Superman just keeps messing with him. And that was funny. Then Superman walks on the earth and Goy says that smile, and then that's the end of Superman 3. Yeah. Now let me read some quotes from the movie, guys, before I get my final opinion on the movie. Evil Superman. What are you looking at, huh? Well, I hope you don't expect me to save you because I don't do that anymore. You always wanted to fly, Kent. Now's your chance. What's the matter, Kent? Too old for it? Come on, chicken. You've been on my nerves for a long time. Both keys at the same time, because he says it when he's drunk. I don't want to go to jail because there are robbers and breakers and rappers who rape robbers. I just don't believe in making for it. And then he throws the rock at the donkey. He's like, get, you jackass. I actually killed Superman, and you're telling me you couldn't even do that one simple thing. Because he was mad that Gus didn't use the right kryptonite. Vera, get hold of yourself. No one ever will. Never underestimate the power of computers. Next name, Gus Gorman. Yes, Gus Gorman. Are you looking for this week, Mr. Gorman? Yeah. What kind? Kitchen technician, dishwasher. Any luck? Nope. Mr. Gorman, according to our records, you have been unemployed for 36 weeks, 35. Not counting this week. You secured employment last June as you were discharged for day 4. That said, I lost it on several, but it ain't the truth. It was a pickpocket took it. I just said it was one of those little itty-bitty teeny Japanese jobs. The only employment that you found was in a fast food restaurant, which lasted 28 minutes. I don't understand you, Olsen. A boring potato, you bring me 30,000 boring pictures. Yeah, Superman's man from Jerry on 3rd Avenue this morning while you stand there watching the whole thing and you don't even bring one picture. Chief, I didn't have my camera with it. I was for each with this camera. Photographer sleeps with this camera. I'm glad I'm a writer. That's what Lois says. I don't have to tell you. This is for me to lose one of my best reports. Oh, that's okay. But she's notification on this, and so I was like, what? Clark, I want you to keep these people distracted so that I can do this. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's enough. Just read some quotes. Anyway, to give my final opinion on Superman 3, and I went 15 minutes in. Hey, this is a long review. Give my final opinion on Superman 3. I love this movie. I've always enjoyed Superman 3. Yes, like I said, it is nostalgic for me because I did grow up watching this movie. I watched it on VHS probably a couple good times when I was a kid. And I've always enjoyed Superman 3. But I think is right now on my DVD, toward the end of the film. This movie is on YouTube, by the way, for those that like this movie. If you don't have Superman 3, the full movie's on YouTube if you're a fan of the film. But, yeah, Fresh Pleasure, a full entertainment. I agree with David Elliott of US Today. Yeah. But Superman 3, I've always enjoyed this movie. I've always had fun with it. I like that, it was different, that we had a different villain that was not like Lex Luthor. I wouldn't say Lex Luthor would be because he wants to own Carver Grant. He just wants to be wealthiest man. Lex Luthor just wanted the real estate. You say it's the same thing, but it's different. So, and Superman being evil, that was different. And Superman falling in love with Lana Lang, I was glad that they added Lana Lang in this film. So I got Angelina Jolie, she was great, beautiful. She still is a beautiful lady. And I liked that she, in this movie, loved Clark Kent. Basically like Clark Kent. More than Superman. So that was cool, because in Superman 1 and 2 was always Lois Lane that was in love with Superman more, but in this film it's Clark Kent and Lois Lane that loves Clark Kent. And I like seeing him go back to Smallville, go to the high school reunion, and rekindling his relationship with Lois. That was nice. I do wish it was a bit more of that, but the film I think is entertaining. I appreciate this film doing something different. I like the comedy aspect to it. I like the comedy. I don't think a Superman film should be so serious. You need comedy in there. I'm not saying over the top, goofy, silly comedy like the scene with the driving, with people, the red light and stuff like that, people, pedestrians walking and that stops, and then the red and green light little people, they start fighting, I thought that was just too much for me. That was just over silly. And even the beginning of the opening credits, some of it is fine, but some of it is like really ridiculous and over the top. So some of the humor, comedy, I did a problem, but the rest of it I think is funny. This movie has a lot of funny moments in it. Doesn't take itself so seriously. It's funny, there's a lot of good humor in here. I'm glad it didn't take itself so seriously. See, this film to me is entertaining and fun. No, I think the writing is good. I think Richard Lester was very professional in making this movie. So what? He's not a fan of Superman, okay? Some people aren't, but you know what? I think he cared. What's to blame him on what? He didn't do anything, folks. He gave us an entertaining movie. Now, is Superman the movie and Superman 2, are those two better movies than this? Yes. Do I like this more than the Dark? Probably, to be honest, yes. I know I'm going to get a little hate for that. I don't care. Hey, it's my opinion, folks. Like I started out with the upcoming video channel, but if you saw at the beginning of January I did this year, I said my opinion on my channel, and I like this movie. Sue me. The directing and the writing I think is good. And I do like the cast. I like Richard Pryor here. I thought Richard Pryor here, I thought he was funny. I don't like him as good as Homer. He was just a bumbling idiot that, I don't think he's too nice, no, because he really does kill Superman. And he's also the reason Superman becomes evil in here. So, saying he's a complete good guy, no, he's not a full bad guy, he's just dim-witted. But at heart, he's not a bad guy. He has a heart, He's not completely evil. He's just fooled by a man that has money. Money can make you do stupid things sometimes, and for Gus Foreman, it did make him do something stupid, but he tries to save Superman at the end. So, yeah, that was his character, but it's these guys that are the real villains. Even though Laura seems to care about Superman now, I think she would definitely go along with Russ and, Buzz Webster and make his money. Vera becoming that robot at the end, that was scary when I was a kid. Yeah, that terrified me. It still was pretty scary to see. Robert Vaughn does a good job, I think, as a villain. Annie Ross and Martin McGlory, Margaret Kidder, I didn't mind Lois Lane being shafted in this movie. I was fine with it. I know some people have an issue with it. I was okay with it. I'm glad we had a different love interest. I didn't want Lois Lane in this movie alone, because that would have been a love triangle, and I hate love triangles. It's just, you don't need that. But I think the film is very good. Like I said, the directing, the writing is good, the cast is good. I think the music score by Ken Thorne is good, especially for the theme score for Evil Superman is real good. The score for the love theme, when Superman is about to make love to Lois Lane. I mean not to Lois Lane, to Laura, when he comes to see her. That was a good little romantic thing they put in there. The cinematography, the editing, I think is really good in the movie. And the effects, I think, are really good and hold up in this film, in my opinion, for 1983. They look good. Cinematography, I think, is very nice. The editing is very good. The junkyard fight scene is awesome between good Clark Kent versus evil Superman. It's like kind of fighting the evil within yourself, and I like that they did that, Parents, I'm sorry that you complain, but big deal, whoopie-doo, And parents always complain about certain movies, I'm like, oh my god. Evil Superman just does douchebag things in this movie. He's basically just douchebag, evil, bad Superman. He doesn't murder anybody, so, And I'm glad Richard Lester and the writers had the balls to make Superman evil. At least they had the balls to do it. They had the balls to do something different, where, villains, three mainly villains, they're trying to take over the coffee grain, trying to become very wealthy, and will kill people in order to be wealthy as they can, of how evil they are. But the editing was good. The film is really good pace, 125 minutes long. It doesn't feel like it. Maybe for I would say 2 hours, but this one goes at a really good pace. I think it has a good story. I like it. There's a lot of funny comedy in here, and I like that it was about computers can do these bad things, and computers can be dangerous. and the supercomputer, that was cool. This, and being Superman evil, I thought this was interesting, and it did something different. And they had the balls to do some things in this movie, so, you know, at least Superman 3, for me, it's fun, it's entertaining, I get a lot of enjoyment out of it, you know. Yeah. And the film might not have been successful as Superman, the movie and Superman 2, but it made money. For a $30 million budget to make $100 million, that seems like a box office hit for me. You can't tell me it was a flop. No, that doesn't sound like a flop to me. But, again, the special effects I think were really good. I agree with Christopher Reeve. I think he gives the best performance here. He's always great in other two films, don't get me wrong, but here, playing an evil Superman and Clark Kent, he does such a great job. He had to really test himself with the role. And, you know, being not Clark Kent clumsy all the time, being kind of like the real Clark Kent that Lana knows, which was cool to see that. It's different. So, problems, some of the comedy does not work. Yeah, some of the comedy in the film does not work. Like the beginning, the thing with the red light, you know, scene, you know, and pedestrians, I'm like, and the two little people fighting, I'm like, yeah, that was just ridiculous. And some of the comedy at the beginning is really like over the top and goofy, and I'm like, eh. Now, it is funny to see Clark Kent go upon a guy's face, but some of it, the humor doesn't work. And I do wish there was more of that long lane Clark Kent time, but I wish for more of that, you know. And I don't think it really would have gone anywhere. I can't see Clark Kent marrying her. It was just nice to see him, you know, getting to know a woman that knew him when he was before he really became Superman. So, but Superman 3, you know, that's all I can say about it. That's the only two issues I have with it. Is I just wish it would be long lane in the film with Clark Kent a bit more. And the comedy, some of it could be taken out, and some of the film, you know, isn't all comedy, it can be a little dark, but it's also a fun movie, and entertaining, and I think it has guts, you know, basically it has the guts to do what it did, and honestly, I love Superman 3, sue me, I enjoy this film, to me it's fun, and entertaining, but guys, my rating for this film, my rating for Superman 3 is 4 to 5 stars. And a thumbs up. I love this movie. Sue me. If you guys hate this movie, look, this isn't to change your opinion. This is just my opinion. My channel, my opinion, my video, that's all it is. If you hate the film, you can tell me in the comments down below. Do you hate Superman 3 or do you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of Superman 3. 4 to 5 stars is my rating for the movie, and I'm giving it a thumbs up. For 4 to 5 stars. For the movie, and Superman and the movie Superman 2 are better than this film, but this film is definitely, in my opinion, better than Superman 4: The Quest for Peace and Superman Returns, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, for the next review, no, it will not be Superman 4, not yet. I will have to buy this movie. Yeah. I'm going to have to buy this one probably this week maybe, but the good news is I am working a bit more this week, so, oh boy, this one gets a lot of hate. I've never seen it before, but next I will be reviewing the 1984 film. Probably I think it's also the first female superhero movie, and next I will be reviewing the film that stars Helen Slater, and that will be Supergirl. Yes. Hopefully I'll have it on DVD the next guys time you see me. But Supergirl will be next. Yeah. Starting on Slater, I'm sorry. Can you guys see that? Yep, Supergirl. This will be my next review. I don't own the film, so I am going to have to buy it. But this will be next. I've never seen it before. So maybe when I'm able to buy it, probably off Amazon. When I buy it off Amazon, I'm going to watch the movie probably first, and then maybe watch it for a second time to prepare to review it. So I just want to make sure that my opinion is full on it, you know, because I need to watch the movie before I review it, but that's just me. But Superman 3, I hope you enjoyed my review of Superman 3. Tell me in the comments down below what do you think of Superman 3. If you hate it, if it was let down in your opinion, you completely hate the movie, that's fine. That's your opinion. I mean, to each his own. To each his own. And guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed my review of Superman 3, and look forward to my review of the 1984 superhero film, Supergirl, starring Helen Slater. So, thanks for watching, guys. My review of Superman 3, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Alright, I'm out. Have a good day, y'all. See you later. See you when I see you. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.